Yes.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
So this is it's Christmas season. It's here.
It's refreshing to hear you say that.
I'm all for the Christmas of seasons. It's got to be December.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it's just the way I roll. It's the way I've always done it. It's the way so I'm very jaded, obviously, because my birthday is the end of November. So getting Christmas jammed down my throat before I get a chance to fucking
even celebrate
a birthday and enjoy a fucking Thanksgiving dinner, because there is no greater holiday than Thanksgiving. I mean, let's just be honest here.
July 4th. Watch it at home right now.
July 4th is up there. Oh boy.
I gotta put on a hat. Whoa. There.
He was just doing this to, make sure that, you watch out for your vision. You don't lose your sight due to baldness.
I feel much better now. I was looking at you wearing a hat and then me not wearing a hat.
New hat. Repping the Rick's restaurant in York. They're back too. I had their biscuits and gravy. We went on, had to have been Tuesday. Biscuits and gravy hit the spot. It was good. Also helps one of Liv's classmates it's her that she runs it. So it was good. So today is December 2nd. I put some notes down. You know what happened on December 2nd? Couple big things.
All right.
Britney Spears born. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. Aaron Rodgers was born. Pablo Escobar was killed. I mean, those are three pretty notable things for three notable people in the world, I believe. Wow.
Yeah. Speaking of Pablo Escobar, I listened to a podcast the other day. This guy named Sean Ryan and Ed Calderon. And Ed Calderon was like a special police unit officer for the Mexican government for a long time, and then he got out. Like, it was either he basically got to the point in his career where it was go dirty and be in the cartel, or get out completely and escape to the U.S. So he escaped to the U.S. and worked for the U.S. government, like telling them how cartels worked and operated. And the cool fact that I pulled from that was he was talking about El Chapo and the Sinaloa cartel that he was supposedly the leader of. He's not actually the leader of it. He's like number 3 or 4 in like the ranking, but the U.S. media made it look like he was numero uno, number 1.
So I think that's how it goes with a lot of this shit.
Yeah.
I apologize for eating in the middle of this podcast, but I didn't eat dinner, and I had a bag of cashews, and they're fucking delicious. So
cashews are awesome. And you're a big fan of nuts.
It's true. I got big nuts, and I cannot lie. We're gonna come back to that in a minute, but I think that's how, like, I mean, even like you see like the political stuff, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna nail this person down," and it's like, no, it's I mean, it was a very controversial thing that he said, but it was very. Come on, really?
Sorry.
I mean,
People say they can't hear me.
can't hear Hugh Brian McDougal.
Not that it's important, anyways.
Well, that's some bullshit. Let's. Oh boy. There is a good chance we might just have to stop this live stream and try that all over again. Oh boy.
What's that?
Okay, so if we can't hear the Hughes.
Come on, really? I mean, can't hear Hugh Brian McDougal.
Yeah, we can't hear me.
Okay. All right, we're going to end this live video. Sorry for those podcast listeners. You're about to hear some behind the scenes of technology. That's weird because I can hear you and I
can hear you.
What the fuck? All right. This isn't end it, bitch. Anyways. What the fuck were we talking about?
El Chapo.
El Chapo. Oh yeah. But yeah, I think like that's how it is with like the top 5 or 6 people or whatever in anything, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I just kind of feel like there's always a fall guy. And that's, you know, what kind of Chris Carter talked to all the NFL guys about. Like you gotta have a fall guy. And I mean, I don't disagree with that logic. I think that's a very good logic if you have a lot of money and you can pay to have fall guys and you're going to be doing some shady shit. But I think that's how like a lot of the world is. I mean, I think you're not going to see like as much as anyone wants to say like, oh, this president broke the law. Like Trump's not going to go to jail. Obama's not going to go to jail. George Bush isn't going to go to jail. Like that shit's just not going to happen. Like they'll find someone to, you know, fall for them.
Yeah, exactly. Whether that person knows it or not.
Yeah,
whether the fall guy.
Whether they want to or not. Like
yeah.
It's not really up to you, bub.
Yeah.
And I think that's what El Chapo. I think El Chapo, I mean, so
it was like a publicity stunt why they did other shit.
Yeah, but I think also, I don't know if you really have a true head of a cartel like that. You know, I think you have a group, and I think that's like the whole like John Gotti thing and like the mafia like families. Like, yeah, they had guys at the top that were making decisions, but there was like 6 of them that could do the same shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so what if we do? Oh boy, I don't know how to do this. What if we just try this one? I don't know. All right, we're gonna try and go live again.
All right.
Probably gonna fuck it all up, but we'll see. We'll see.
Oh, so how was your birthday?
Stop. I selected the wrong goddamn camera. My birthday was great. Oh, did I get it, Tim? Oh, I did get it. Okay. Birthday was great. Didn't do anything thanks to the Ronas. Well, we had dinner here at the house. Parents came down. Neighbor walked over. That was it. Oh.
Pretty low key.
Very low key. I don't know what the fuck else am I supposed to do at 35.
Yeah, it's not like you're gonna go out and get fucking rip roaring drunk.
No, I went hunting the next day, so it's like
priorities.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we're back, maybe. Yeah, I think so. Oh Jesus, we got some shit going on here. I got stream metrics up.
Stream metrics?
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm doing. Anyways, so if anyone's like watching on live, if you could tell me if we can hear Huey or not, that'd be cool. I don't know if we can or not. I went to a made up audio source. So hopefully Huey, talk.
Hello?
Well,
Hello?
Probably not going to be able to hear you, motherfucker. We're going to add an audio device. We're going to bring in that one.
How was your Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was good. Thanksgiving was also very low key. We didn't really do. Again, it was just my parents and us, and we went up there.
Yeah.
And turkey was early at 3, which is good. I mean, I don't know. Where's your time frame on Thanksgiving turkeys?
I want it to be no later. I want to be eating no later than 1 o'clock on Thanksgiving.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. That is a garbage take. There's no like you can't do Thanksgiving at 1 o'clock. I'm sorry. It's too big of a meal to start at 1 o'clock.
What if somebody's got to go to 2 places on Thanksgiving?
Then you do like a 3 o'clock and a 6 o'clock.
So we did a 1 o'clock travel time, left at 4, got there at 5. And it was plenty. The friggin' turkey. So
what are you doing at the second one though? Are you doing a full dinner again?
No. We're doing dessert.
Yeah, so that's why I think if you're doing a 2-house, you start the first one at 3, leave at 5, get dessert at 7, and then you're just toasted by 8.
See, I had 2 desserts. I had one at the first Thanksgiving, and then
I'm not saying you shouldn't have the first dessert.
I had cherry pie, and I made an apple crisp to bring to my parents.
Yeah, how'd the apple crisp turn out?
Fucking unbelievable.
That's good because my parents bought a apple something from a local bakery, and it sucked. And I didn't even put it on my plate to fucking mess up my fucking pumpkin bourbon cheesecake that my lovely wife made. And so we had pumpkin bourbon cheesecake without a molested bullshit apple piece of shit on my plate, and I was perfect.
We're like the Bloods and the Crips, man. We're never going to see eye to eye.
No, I refuse to acknowledge Apple, and it just really sealed the deal this year when you get a fucking bum ass apple pie. Like how do you fuck up apple pie? I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't fuck up apple pie.
I'm not saying you, but like,
well, you can't say that you can't take that apple pie and just think. I mean, you're labeling one shitty apple pie. That's the whole. Like, if apple pie was a city, and one person in that city is an asshole.
Yeah, they ruined it.
You're automatically labeling.
Yeah, I mean, what do you want? Anyways, back to what fucking December 2nd also is. It's the abolition of slavery day. So that's a good one.
Is it abolition or abolish or abolation?
Abolition.
All right. I'm going to go with you on that because I just sounded like a complete asshole.
Yeah, it's the only reason I really realized that it was right is hearing you try and fucking motherfuck that word out. That was just wrong. So I'm going to go with abolition.
All right.
I know it is abolish, like, but I think
that's
when you
day slavery was abolished. Maybe that's what
correct.
I was thinking.
There you go. Computer Literacy Day in India. Isn't that a bit redundant?
Computer Literacy Day in India.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see it being Computer Literacy Day in Indiana.
Every day in India?
I mean, don't we call them if there's an issue with our computer?
I think so. Well, so I had a call today. My wife was so pissed at me because I just let it go on. Like it was one of those things. If I get a robocall and I'm not doing anything, I'm trying to keep that person on the phone as long as possible because I have nothing to do at the point. Like I was standing in my house. I literally like got home from hunting. Was kind of standing there just like, I really have nothing to do right now. Like I'm on vacation right now. Go kill birds in the morning and then hang out for the rest of the day. Go to bed at 9:00 and get up and do it all over again tomorrow. So we were just hanging out and I got a call from AT&T, which I just canceled AT&T, which is a whole nother story for today.
I thought you canceled AT&T a while ago.
AT&T TV, which is was Direct TV, like on demand, like no equipment needed. Yeah, they're gone. Fuck them. YouTube TV it is. Let's go. Let's roll with the YouTubes.
I love YouTube TV.
I am a big fan of it so far, and I've had it for 4 hours. When I couldn't get the Ravens game today, I canceled it. Yeah. But so this little dude calls me from AT&T and he's like, "Oh, we reduced your package." I'm like, "Okay, well, what's my package? Like, what are we looking at? What are the specs? What am I getting? What like?" He's like, "Well, what are you paying now?" And I was like, "You're calling me, bruh. Like, I'm not telling you a fucking thing. Like, you have my phone number. You know I'm an AT&T customer. So what do I pay? What are you gonna improve upon? Like, let's work on this."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, well, if you pay $69.99, now you pay $49.99. I'm like, "Okay, I don't pay that much." "Oh, well, what package do you have?" "I'm asking you that. You're the one that works for the company." Like, he's like, "Well, you don't pay with me. You call back for special billing department." And I'm like, "Okay." And this is going on. And my wife is just like, "Would you just fucking hang up?" And I'm like, "No, like I'm having a good time at this point." And so he's like, finally, we just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm yelling, he's yelling. It's just a great time. Finally, like, I'm like, all right, well, if I do this and I got to call someone else back, how am I going to know what's your name? What's your name? What's your position? What's everything? And he's like, "My name's Simon." I was like, "Bullshit. Your name's not fucking Simon." He's like, my name's Simon Smith." I said, "Simon says, suck my balls." And I hung up. That was my big day. And my wife was like, "You're an idiot." And I was like, well, here you are. You married me. Also on December 2nd, sorry to roll back to December 2nd, Napoleon became the Emperor of France, self-appointed, by the way, which is pretty cool. And then I went down. I came upstairs last night to do some show research. So I guess this kind of is show research because we're talking about it. So I call it a win. But did you know Napoleon was the one that signed over Louisiana?
In like the Louisiana Purchase?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Okay, I feel a hell of a lot better right now. I mean, not like super much better that you didn't know that history, but I consider you a pretty big history person, especially when it comes to like wars and military conflict, what have you. Yeah, so Napoleon was the Emperor of France when we bought Louisiana Purchase.
So I knew we bought it from France, but I didn't know he was the leader or the emperor. Or
wouldn't you have paid a shitload more attention if they're like, "Yo, Napoleon gave us Louisiana," and well, it really wasn't Louisiana. It was the Mississippi tributary system is really what it should have been fucking called, because that's what it was. That was that portion of when. So it was like a whole weird thing. I went deep last night in like history that I maybe should have known, but also definitely did not pay attention enough to really, really get this deep into it. But it was super fascinating last night when I was supposed to be like coming up with things to talk about on the show, on the podcast. But I mean, here we are talking about it. So, I mean, it worked, I guess. But yeah, so Louisiana and Spain had some little agreement, and then Spain was given the land back to Napoleon and France. But then the French people, they were trying to like reintroduce slavery into the French Polynesian islands, like in the Caribbean and stuff. And then Haiti, which was Saint something, had like a huge overthrow and fucking kicked the shit out of the French. And so then they had a little bad taste in their mouth. So they're like, well, fuck the Western expansion. That's when they showed up to when Americans showed up with a fucking bushel of fucking cash and said, we want Louisiana and the Mississippi River Delta system. They said, all right, not a bad idea. Sell it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I was like, if someone had told me Napoleon was involved in this, I would have like actually cared about it. Instead, I was just like, oh, we fleeced France out of fucking a shit ton of land.
I mean, imagine if that didn't happen.
Right.
And like in 2020, the Mississippi Delta, or that whole section of the United States, was still owned by France. I mean, most people in Louisiana, a good portion of them think they're French anyways. So,
but that's just because they were the Canadians that were kicked out of. They're the French Canadians that settled there that were the assholes that just got shipped down the river.
Yeah.
Um,
I think as far as that whole like the Louisiana Purchase and shit, I think a lot of history is focused a lot on Lewis and Clark.
Yeah, and I get that, but like, what about the other side of it? Like we fleeced an entire country out of literally a third of the United States. like not fleeced. I mean,
Montana, South Dakota, North Dakota.
Yeah,
I mean, all of that was
from fucking pretty much Idaho to New York.
Yeah.
Well, not quite, but and then all the way like down, funneling down into Louisiana.
It's crazy.
I don't really understand it. And the only reason it was called Louisiana Purchase is because when all that shit was going on with Spain, they closed off. Spain decided to close off the port of New Orleans to the United States, and whoever the president was like, "Fuck you, we're just gonna buy it, get fucked," and we did.
That's like the biggest United States move ever. I mean, fuck you. We overthrew a tyrannical government. You're not going to take a port from us.
Yeah, you're not going to tell me
money.
You're not going to tell me we're not going to use this. We're going to take it, and then you're going to go fuck yourselves.
If that's not America, I don't know what is.
Seriously. Dude, there was I went deep on like Napoleon and everything. Like
Napoleon was quite the dude.
Well, I mean, like not only was his military strategy, like he was a very smart strategical person, but it was the mental warfare he played too, and it was interesting. It was a lot of like researching and reading stuff. And then there's another Napoleon III, that took over like 80 years later, tried to do the same fucking thing, and then they ended up overthrowing him and exiling him to fucking somewhere in England. It was just, I was on a trip last night.
Sounds like it.
I was like, I actually like kind of learned something. So, that's weird.
I started the keto diet.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's I'm down 4 pounds already.
The carbs will get you.
My ultimate goal is I want to be at 250 for my surgery.
Uh-huh.
So last week, the scheduling nurse called me and was like, Dr. Sutherland put in the notes that he wants you down to 250 for your surgery and wants to push out the surgery until April. And I was like, no.
Yeah. How about no?
And she's like, well, I can keep your name on February 16th and we could touch base in another month. I said, do that. I'll be down. I'll lose the weight.
Yeah.
No problem. I'm not pushing it out. So
good.
It's 25 pounds I got to get left to do.
Fucking take them down.
So
I got some tips for you. You can
What's
go back.
that?
You can go back and listen to some of the old pods, but cucumbers and hot sauce.
Yep.
Like literally, that's it. But that's like it. You can do like some charcutes on top. It's actually one thing we've started doing, which was pretty cool, which was the cucumbers in place of crackers on the charcut board. But yeah, just cucumbers and hot sauce.
And it's perfect. Like shooting that deer. Now I have a perfect amount of meat.
lean meats.
Yeah, which is a big part of the keto diet. And there is just a shitload of stuff you can make that is really good with the keto diet.
It is. The problem that I think a lot of people, and why it's very hard for the majority of people in this country to stay on it or to stay in ketosis, is carbs are just so fucking easy to get, like, and to use as fuel. And I mean, they are good fuel for your body. But if you're looking to drop some LBs quickly, cutting them out does not hurt.
Exactly. So that's the quest I'm on right now.
The quest to 250s.
And I have if we touch base in the middle of January and I'm at 260, I'm gonna tell them I'm at 250.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm not. If I'm at 270, which I won't be, I'll be way less than that. I'm still gonna tell them I'm at 250 because I'm not pushing it out any longer.
No, I think I would tell them to go fucking fornicate themselves if you even think about fucking not having me fucking do this right now.
So, and then what else is going on? So we had Thanksgiving, your birthday. Those are the two important holidays.
Yeah. Now we can move on to Christmas. Oh, and we had Dog's birthday. Dog's 10th birthday. So it was his 10th birthday on the 30th. It was Saturday, Sunday? I don't know what fucking day it was. No.
I remember I was there
Monday
when Diesel was born.
I think you were watching the dogs, weren't you? We were gone.
No, I was
gone.
Yeah, you were gone, but I was there to watch. Was it Shelby?
Yeah.
Your mom was home, but I went there like the morning of the birth so I could watch it.
Yeah, I was down in Virginia, I think. Because I was looking back through pictures. I was like, oh, it's weird. I don't have any puppy pictures, but I was in Virginia. Or no, Philadelphia or Pennsylvania. Whatever. Yeah, dog's 10. Old bastard. I'm surprised he's not up here, actually. You know, normally if I'm in my office, he's up here sleeping in a chair.
Yeah.
I got a little, I don't know if you can really see it really well, but I've got some decoy. I'm starting to move some decorations up here.
Mm-hmm.
I also may have some decoys I got to go pick up tomorrow, but we're just going to be real quiet about 2 more, just like that one. $20. Fuck it. I can't say no. They popped up on Facebook today and I was like, yep, going to get them.
Decorations. I mean, I've got, as you can see, a bunch of random shit.
See, my decorations are on the wall that I can see. So like nobody behind me sees them. Yeah. Like I've got all the charts up of the local area, and I've got some pictures of my kids and some golf tournaments. And
see, I've got right here is the commendation from the Commandant of the Navy for my grandfather from World War II.
Yep.
Right here is a picture of the submarine that he got said commendation on. Right here is a picture of him and like it's got, I think, his dolphins and some other shit in it, just like his. And then up there on that shelf, like right where my finger is is this old leather box that was issued to sailors to keep like tools in and shit like that. So
yeah,
and then that's about it. I got a picture of you, Chud, and I on the wall behind the computer.
Yeah, I've got like some daughter's art stuff up here, and I've got shit all spread across my desk. I've got flies that I've tied, just randomly stuck to corks. I don't know.
I've got Olivia's get well soon picture that she gave me.
She's getting better at art. That's been the cool thing.
That's cool.
We can actually like kind of see what the fuck she's trying to draw. Corinna still draws potato people. It's awesome. I don't want her to ever stop drawing potato people. But
so I got a phone note. It's a link to an article I downloaded.
Okay.
It is.
I still have no idea if anybody can hear us. I'm going to try and end this video.
I'm pulling up the article now.
Okay.
All right. So it's out of Texas, and the title of the article is 8-year-old North Texas boy has, I fucking hate these pop-up ads.
The worst.
8-year-old North Texas boy has best mullet in America.
I did see this.
Did you see that?
I did.
That thing is flowing like the American flag.
It is a beautiful mullet. I did like it. I'm not sure if you can call an 8-year-old's mullet the most beautiful mullet in America, though.
Yeah.
Maybe in the kids department. I mean, that's fine. I'm not trying to take anything away from the little man, but I find it very hard to believe.
So he actually won a contest.
That's fucking great. It's a fucking layup for a fucking little fuckhead. I'm sorry.
He only won $500. And then he won
Pit Vipers for life.
A shampoo called Miracle Flow.
Oh.
And the quote out of this kid, probably one of my favorite quotes, is, "I got 1,000 girls."
He got 1,000 girls.
That's what he says.
I mean, I guess
his name is Jackson, spelled with an X.
I mean, what do you expect if you have an 8-year-old kid and you're entering him into a mullet competition? I don't expect you to spell his name fucking normally. That's just where we're at. I'm sorry.
So that's my phone note for the week.
I got lost in fucking Napoleon.
So actually, I didn't write it down, but it was, this kid came into the shop with his parents the other day, and he had like this picture that he drew, and it was clearly, it was a young kid's art. So it was like said potato people or whatever. And
yeah.
And he was proud as a peacock showing it off. And I'm like, good job. And his father was like, sometimes you just get sick of saying good job, whatever. So do you find yourself as a father being like, I don't know how to word this without sounding like a complete asshole,
underwhelmed with the production of artwork? Yes. I have a whole drawer. And at first I was just kind of like letting it go and letting them ride, like do whatever you want, like whatever, draw, be creative. It's a great outlet for you. And still that way with Corinna. But like with Olivia now, where like she's starting to draw a little bit more, where like if she comes to me with something where I'm like, or because I'll say something like, hey, Evan's coming home, why don't you make him like a sign, like a welcome home sign or something.
Yeah.
And so like if she's not really really into it, and like I can, but she wants to like draw, she'll just like go scribble something really quick and be like, okay, I'm done. But it's like that looks like shit. Like, not to be an asshole, but it looks like shit. I'm not gonna tell her it looks like shit, but I'm like, all right, well, let's try and like, turn this into something more specific to that person. Like, you don't just draw a fucking stick person and say, here you go, see you later, bye.
Yeah. So like, at what point do you? I guess you kind of led into the question that I wanted is, at what point as a parent do you start doing that? Like, all right, so now you're not just drawing to draw. Let's try to make this a little bit better. How do you? At what point do you start coaching? Is it at her age now where you start?
I think like she's in kindergarten. And so, obviously it's not like she's creating masterpieces or anything, but at least she's like understanding like how to draw and like better penmanship and how to write. And
Yeah.
so I think that's where it's like, okay, let's try, and you have a creative brain, you know what you want to draw. So like, let's try and like sort of start down that road now.
Mm-hmm.
With the youngest one, she's turning 4. Fucking the world could burn. She couldn't give 2 shits about it. So whatever she wants to draw, she can fucking draw. I don't really care. And I mean, like, there's some stuff where it's like, I might be a bad parent, but 1 out of maybe 20 pictures get saved in this house. Sorry. Like, we go through a craft day and there's 7,000 fucking pieces of paper across my fucking floor. Every day she comes home from school, there's fucking 10 pieces of paper of shit she drew. And it's like, nice job. I'll keep this.
See you later.
Yeah. Like, that kept you busy. Like, I'm not throwing away art that's like she worked really hard on and stuff that, that means a lot. Now, I mean, if she knew I was throwing her art away, it would obviously piss her off, and it's stuff that she cares about at that time, but it's not like a long-term care. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think like there are some times where like even Corinna will sit down and draw and like really try and work on something because she sees Liv doing it, which is like the greatest way to let a child learn, is like through the other one.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I have an entire drawer full of artwork that I go through once it gets full and keep about 3 pieces out of an entire 10-inch drawer and move on.
I know I save every piece of art they give me.
Hey, you're better.
I may not know where it all is, but I've got it somewhere.
Well, so that was like my fear at first, especially with Olivia, is that kid doesn't forget a fucking thing. She'll give you something and then a month later, remember that picture I drew for you? Where did that go? Why don't I see it in your picture in your office where it was before? And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. She notices like they've brought me some stuff at work that I've got some seashells that they gave me.
Oh yeah.
I've got them on top of my printer, and Liv, she doesn't always say it, but I can always see her look to make sure that they're still there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she did the last time I brought her in.
Mm-hmm.
She looked up like, oh, Uncle Huey, did you throw the kind gifts that I gave you away?
Yeah. Because I know I would, like, if I did that and she came in, she was like, what happened to these? I would immediately just turn to ashes and feel bad. But
yeah. You gotta be able to think on your feet real quick and just say, oh, I had to put them away so nobody took them.
See, as a parent, you're better at that. Me, where I don't have kids yet, I'm like, I'm immediately up against a wall.
Yeah.
I'm like, here, I have some money.
Yeah.
That's what my outlet would be.
You want some?
Here's $1.
You want some pennies? Here's a bunch of pennies that have been sitting on this counter for 25 years.
Yeah. Well, I know we're in a pandemic, but here's some loose change.
Yeah. I'm just ending our live video. I don't think it's working, so fuck it.
So you had posted something on the Facebooks, Instagrams.
Yes, the Instagrams.
Oh, I got something else.
Oh boy.
I took a screenshot of it on. So I'll start off with a story. Today, a customer came in, and he was picking up a chainsaw that he had worked on for his neighbor, and so he paid for it or whatever. He says, "So this is my neighbor's chainsaw. It is wicked clumsy. So I bought him a lucky rabbit's foot and he tied it to the chainsaw for good luck." So he literally brought in 2 rabbit's feet. Like, the ones that you see with your kids, like the little furry ones. Brought in 2 of them.
That's a fucked up thing for fucking good luck, isn't it?
Yeah, right? A rabbit's foot.
Like, what kind of little psychopath? Whatever.
And then he had 2 of them, and he takes the second one, he gives it to me. He's like, "Here, you could have it." So now I'm probably going to have to keep a lucky rabbit's foot laying around because some dude gave it to me, and he's probably going to ask about it every time he comes in.
Now, I don't mean to sound derogatory here, but is this person potentially on a spectrum of sorts?
Nope.
Really? Why the fuck's he giving you a goddamn rabbit's foot then? That's fucked. I'm sorry. Like, I get, like, you might get weird things, like, in trade or whatever, but a fucking rabbit's foot. First of all, rabbit's feet are just fucked in the beginning. Like, whoever came up with that is like this is good luck. You fucking take your pet rabbit that you killed or that died, and you just cut his foot off, and then you carry around just his foot. In what fucking sense does that bring you good luck?
No idea.
And you wonder why there's serial killers in this world.
Moving on. So I saw this post on Facebook, and I screenshotted it because I laughed out loud. And it was, "Kids misbehaving? $100. I'll come to your house dressed as the Grinch and throw your tree right out the fucking window."
That one hits a little close to home today. I threatened to decapitate Mickey Mouse last night.
That's awesome.
Yeah. If you leave this room, I will come in here and take Mickey Mouse and rip his fucking head off. Okay? Time to go to sleep.
So and then back to the Instagram post of the different video games.
Yeah.
Like, I really had to think about this because I did not play a lot of video games growing up.
I didn't either, but I played enough video games to be able to have a opinion here, which is the only reason why, at first I wasn't going to post it. And then I was like, well, for me personally, I'm going GTA, Halo, and Super Mario.
So I'm going Super Mario, Sonic, GTA.
See, Sonic was there, but I just had so many memories of Halo. Like, that was something that, like, the original.
I've never played Halo. I take that back. I've played Halo, but I've only played, like, the demos they have at, like, Best Buy or Circuit City. Remember when you could go in and play, like, play those?
Yeah.
Like, that's the only Halo I've ever played.
So Lane had it, and we used to just go over, and they got that. He had a fucking huge TV. It was like, because fuck, we're old. So back when the big TVs were still a thing, And
everybody has a big TV.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, this was like a roll on the floor because there's no way it could hang on a wall. Had like a fucking 10-inch subwoofer in it. It was fucking dope. Like, you could stand in front of it, and it was taller than me.
Yeah,
it was awesome. But we used to play Halo, and so that's where, like, because I never owned a gaming system, but playing GTA was just like a rite of passage between high school and college. Super Mario Brothers, I think everyone's played that at one point. And then Halo was just personal. My father, there's a lot of fucking random. Although I almost did. GTA could go out the window for me for Doom. I played Doom on the computer for fucking hours. I loved Doom.
So as far as computer games go, I remember playing Cabela's Big Game Hunter.
Yeah, had that
on the computer.
Yeah.
And then Oregon Trail, like in school. And then I played The Sims on like a computer for a while. But that was like the extent of it. And then GTA, like one of my hip surgeries, I had an Xbox and I got GTA for the Xbox.
Yeah.
It's like Miami Vice or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And I played that for fucking hours and like burnt myself out on it. And then just kind of never played again. And I remember this is when, one, the controller still had to be plugged into the console. And then two, like the cheat codes.
Yeah.
You had to print offline. So you went online and you Googled cheat codes.
Cheatcodes.net or whatever.
Yeah, and it was like X up, trigger, right button, da-da-da-da-da. And then you get like $1 million and you can lock your wanted level at 0. So you just go out and start shooting hookers and take all their money.
Yeah.
And then buy a helicopter.
I mean, GTA really was a great game. I mean,
why we were allowed to play that as young children is beyond me.
So there's a couple things that like I look back on and I'm like, that was questionable parenting right there. Yeah. I mean, but at the same point, like I know there's going to be things in my life where I'm like, how the fuck did I let my kids do that?
Like 90% of the shit I got away with, my parents were oblivious to it.
Yeah.
I think nowadays kids it's going to be a lot harder for them.
Being a kid right now has got to be the worst fucking thing in the world. Like
especially now, like you're stuck home with your parents.
Yeah.
Everything you do is on a computer or a phone,
and everything's recorded. Doesn't matter where you are. Like there's no more bonfires and jumping into bonfires, jumping over bonfires, falling in rivers.
Throwing a couch on a bonfire and then sitting on the couch as it's lighting on fire and taking pictures with your friends on an actual camera.
Right.
Like that picture that Leah posted of you guys from the first time you guys ever hung out, and she was holding a digital camera.
Yeah. This back in the day.
I remember like when you and I first started hanging out, 15 years ago or whatever it is, that like we had flip phones, and
yeah.
I used to carry around a digital camera.
Used to always have a digital camera, have a flip phone that could take a fucking potato picture, and like
you thought it was the coolest thing ever.
QWERTY texting, which is just wild to me. I never understood it. I could never get into it.
It's just
like the predictive texting. I was always a fucking just let me fucking hit the button 3 times if I need a fucking T or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wild transition of what life is now. That's for sure. Like this, I mean, 10 years ago, there wasn't Zoom.
No. You had Skype, but it wasn't nearly like this.
remember chat roulette. That was a good time.
There's fucked up times there too.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I don't know. I just think that the digital age now and the traceability of all movement is just like, well, you're fucked now. Sorry, kids. Like, and then even like, so what do? Shut your phone off? Now your phone's off, so you're doing something fucking obviously wrong. So, like, that's not going to happen. So, okay.
Like,
I don't know.
One of my nieces is a horrible driver. So her parents put this thing in her car that, like, they can just pull up an app on their phone and be like, "Why'd you go over the speed limit? Why'd you?"
That would have been fucking terrible.
Why'd you slam on the brakes? You know, she'd been in 3 car accidents, so their insurance was starting to fucking go up, and they're like, "All right, we gotta curb this."
Yeah. I mean, my first year of driving, I crashed a truck 3 days into having my license. That wasn't great. I had 2 speeding tickets.
I wasn't bad. Like, I never got in trouble driving.
I have a lot of tickets.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I was like 28 and I almost lost my license because I had so many fucking tickets again.
Yeah, see, I've never, like, I know a guy who's 40-something, almost 50 years old, and, like, just recently almost lost his license because he has so many speeding tickets.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you that old and have that big of an issue with speeding? Like, he bought a motorcycle and he had to stop riding it because he was going to lose his license because he would just get pulled over every time he was on it for going too fast.
Yeah, so, like, I don't know.
Time to grow up.
I got one, like, I got nailed by State in one. It was laser. I had a radar detector. He hit me with a laser, and I was just like, yeah, I'm fucked. Pulled over, thought he might be nice. Nope, here's your fucking ticket. All right, well, I'll go fuck myself. Thank you. And I got pulled over in a work truck twice. That was bad. Never good to be pulled over in work trucks.
Never. I've never been pulled over in a work truck. The most recent time I got pulled over was with my father in Exeter. It was a speed trap. I mean, They were sitting right next to like where it dropped down from 40 to 25. Just ridiculous.
That's some bullshit.
But she was cool about it.
I would love to see on the flip side of that, sit on some place where it goes from fucking 35 to 55 and motherfuckers not doing 55. That's not a problem, apparently. Yeah. Fuck you. It's the same fucking thing. It really is. Like, that's not okay with it.
There was a cop sitting in Elliott the other night, like right out in front of the shop.
Yeah.
And you could tell he was running radar. And it's 35 right in the front of the shop there. So I had to go down to Cumberland Farms. And I turned back around and I was like, fuck it, I'll see if he's actually going to pull somebody over. I passed him doing 55 miles an hour. Just fucking stood there.
What are you doing, dumbass? Come on. I got nothing to fucking do today. You gonna pull me over?
I mean, I bet I could have drove past him with this gun out the window, and he probably just would have been like, fuck it, I don't want to move.
Probably. There's been a few, I don't know. I don't know if we actually talked about this question on here, but I posted, I believe, in the Instagrams. What bothers you more, people going under the speed limit or the exact speed limit?
Under the speed limit.
See, if someone's going exactly the speed limit, you're doing that to be a douche.
Exactly.
If you're going under, you might be senile and just suck at driving.
That's
But
a good point.
if you are sitting there doing so, it's bad because I live on the road, but people that do 40 on this fucking road out here, when it used to be 45, which meant 55 to 60. And I know I live on it, and I know I bitch when people fly by my house, but it's 35 in front of my house, motherfucker. So, but
and you're allowed to speed going by your house because it's your house.
Right. Yeah. Drive like your kids live here. I do. My kids don't play on the road because they're not retarded.
Yeah, and your daughter is fast, so
she is.
She would expect nothing less.
Right. But I mean, there's definitely some times where it's a bit excessive, where I've really contemplated throwing whatever I have in my hand at somebody. But if someone is doing exactly 40, it drives me up a fucking wall. And it's like if I go out 91, if someone's doing 35 in the first half of 91, get fucked. Or like on Route 4, if someone's doing 55 on the nose,
yeah,
I'm passing you. I don't give a fuck that my duck boat's on. I'm coming around you. I passed more fucking people with a duck boat behind me than fucking I have without one behind me.
Yeah.
Recently.
Or like Birch Hill Road. When's the last time you drove under 50 on Birch Hill Road?
Never. I got bagged there speeding.
I think that's the last time I got pulled over, or other than Exeter. Before that was Birch Hill Road for speeding.
Yeah. Birch Hill was bad. I got pulled over on Route 4. I got pulled over on 295, 95. I'm, knock on wood, been pretty good lately. I've
never been pulled over on a highway by like a state trooper or anything.
Oh, yeah. Done it twice.
My wife is a speed demon. She's gotten pulled over.
Well, do you remember about the Keys trip where I had to fucking pay a lawyer in North Carolina?
Yep.
That was fucking cute. Which apparently they've reversed that now. You don't have to do it. Yeah, they don't do it that way anymore. They finally realized there was so much corruption and lawyers were making so much fucking money that apparently it was too much money, so they stopped doing it. Which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been pulled over on highways before.
Never.
Have you ever gotten a photo ticket? Those are fun.
I have gotten you don't have an easy pass, so here's your bill before.
Oh, no, I was in Maryland going through a construction zone at like 2 o'clock in the morning. No fucking cocksucker out there working, but oh, no, Maryland still fucking runs their cameras, cocksuckers. Bombing. Like 87 in a fucking 55.
No, I've never had that.
But their tickets, like their automated tickets, which I thought was kind of cool. Like, I don't know. It's not kind of cool, but not cool getting a ticket. But they were just like, oh, because it's an automated ticket. Like it was just like $72 or something. Like it was cheap. And they're like, and you get no points because we can't prove who's driving the car. But you own the car, so the ticket's being sent to you and you have to pay it. So figure it out on your own, basically. So,
yeah, somebody was driving my truck and they were used. It wasn't my wife. I think it was her father or something like that. But he was used to having an easy pass. So he just went through the easy pass. And then.
How do you not have an easy pass? What kind of fucking uncivilized fuck are you?
I just got one.
Did you?
Yeah. This is like, yeah.
I could have given you a pro tip. You should have gotten the New Hampshire one.
I think we did.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Because you're going to be going that way more often.
Mm-hmm.
New Hampshire's deal. Maine's fucked. I don't know if anyone's listening and really cares about easy passes, but Maine does it on trips. So like if you do like 30 trips a year or a month, you get 25% off. If you do 50 trips, you get 50% off. But then it's retroactively added to your account for the next month. So like if you do 100 trips, so you get 50% off. So then it all works out and they say, okay, you saved whatever, $75. They just add $75 to your balance.
Yeah.
Whereas New Hampshire, every fucking time is like 38% off. So I guess if you use it a lot, it's not as good, but at the same time, it's just cheaper every time I go through. So fuck off. Like, I don't know. I like New Hampshire's way better.
Yeah, I think mine's New Hampshire. But yeah, we just got them this past summer.
I've had easy passes forever. I think one of mine's dead.
My parents have one, but like they don't use it that often. I think my uncle actually uses it now because he's driving back and forth to Mass and going through tolls all the time. But what else was I going to say? That's kind of all I got right now. Let me check my notes. Yeah. I got diddly squat.
I was going to go to Arby's. Today. But the only Arby's on my way was in a mall. So I'm not going to an Arby's in the mall.
Where were you?
I went to Where? Yeah.
To get those ducks?
No. The ducks are closer. I went to Where today because my wife's car is a piece of shit. You have the same vehicle your wife does.
Yeah.
Does she ever have a problem with the door panels fucking basically ripping off the fucking car in the back seat? So I think what happened was my wife got something stuck in the door or like shut something in the door with the door and it jammed. And when she pulled, she ripped the fucking inner panel off and that just started it. And then it was misaligned and didn't go back and so on and so forth. And we ended up somehow at some point losing two of the fucking little pitons that hold it to the actual door.
Yeah. So
I finally got sick. I almost ripped the fucking door off the goddamn car the other day. I said, fuck this. I'm going to fucking find you one. So I went on, found one, ended up being in Ware, because I use Carpark, which is like a national junkyard search.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'll just, fucking whatever, send it. And if I have to ship one in, I ship one in. I found the exact one I needed. It was in Ware, New Hampshire. I was like, oh, fuck, that's like an hour and 10 away. So I called the dude yesterday. It was like 2. I'm like, not sure what time you're open till, but I can get there today. He's like, oh, definitely not going to have time to pull that part today. And I was like, okay. I'm like, well, what about tomorrow? And he's like, yeah, just, call whenever you're getting ready to head. I said, okay. So I called him today about 10. Said, hey, called you yesterday, talked to you. This is the part. He goes, yeah. I said, I'm going to head out now. I'll be there in about an hour and 10. Sounds great. No problem. See you then. Fucking walk in the door. Yeah, I called you about the door panel on a Ford Escape. Yeah. Calls a guy up on the radio. Hey, can you go pull this door panel? I just looked at him. I was like, well, I'm glad I fucking called you. And he just kind of looked at me. I was like, I want to fucking slap you so fucking hard right now, you dumb son of a bitch. And so I stood there in their little fucking shithole office in a fucking junkyard in Ware, New Hampshire. While fucking Timmy two fucking teeth goes and fucking pulls the part off the fucking car. I was so irritated. Like I couldn't even fucking handle it. And the whole time, the fat fuck that was sitting at the computer that just handed it off just sat there and fucking listened to fucking 95.3 or whatever the fuck it was. I was ready to kill him. And then I turned around, drove right back, fucking ripped her door panel off her car, put the new one on. Works great. On we go. On to the next fucking problem. Which while I'm standing there, I'm like, hey, my truck's got auto fold or power fold and power extendos on the mirrors. Passenger side decided it didn't want a power fold anymore. So that gave up the ghost. So I was like, let's see, do you have one for a F250? He goes, yeah. He's like, what side do you need? Because the driver's side is $399 and the passenger side is $749. I'm like, how the fuck is the exact same mirror on the other side $300 more? And he goes, I don't really know. I'm like, don't do it. Isn't that your job to know? Like, not trying to be a dickhead here, but what I was like, dude, for $800, I'm not replacing my fucking side mirror just because it doesn't want to fucking fold by power. But
yeah, that's a little ridiculous.
It's a little much, I thought. 200, 250
for a used one.
Yeah.
I mean, that only goes to show me that they got to be what, $1,400 brand new.
I don't know. I haven't gone to the. I honestly now want to go to Ford and be like, okay, how much is this fucking mirror? Like, is it worth it at this point now? Like, if I go to you, can I just file an insurance claim? Like, do I just walk outside and fucking swing a baseball bat at my fucking mirror? Like,
you gotta have somebody else swing a baseball bat at your mirror.
Now I do. No, I don't know. I'm just gonna fucking deal with it. Like, I'm not gonna replace it probably.
Well,
there we go. I think that's all I got. I got nothing else. We got duck hunting and beer drinking to do.
Next week we'll be back. Togetherness.
Yeah. Although it is kind of nice being up here out of the cold.
Yeah. We should just move everything upstairs.
We could.
I'm all right with it.
All right. I might work on it. I might make us a nice little studio up here where we can have the camera a little away and we both have comfy chairs to sit in.
I like comfy chairs.
Because there's this one that's over my shoulder here, this little flowery chair.
Mm-hmm.
That's super comfy. There's a rocking chair over this shoulder. Mm-hmm. And then there's another chair right over here. It's stripy. And I have the chair I'm sitting in. I mean, we got options.
Hey. What's life without options?
I also have the lamb's head chair. I might have to just use that one. My throne.
All right.
All right. Well,
folks, thanks for listening to us just rant.
I don't know if we ever got anything on the old fucking Facebooks or the Instagrams. Pretty sure it didn't work, but fucking here we are. Struggling through fucking technology. By the way, it's season 2, episode 14. Pretty sure I didn't say that. I'm at Foulfly. Hugh is at HughMac87. And we're at Mainly Stupid. Appreciate y'all's listenings. Who's got his AR ready to fucking rock and roll?
Stay strapped or get clapped.
I got a bunch of knives in front of me. I just can't reach
I got one
them.
of those too.
Oh. I got it. Oh. Do you have
As we said before, I want one of those. What kind of knife is that?
I don't know. I bought it at the gun show. I got you that little chintzy one that's probably broken at this point.
Yeah, it is. It's in my truck, but it's broken.
I can fix it. I've taken them apart and put them back together a bunch of times. I don't know who makes this one. It's from a gun show. I bought the wife one in teal because she likes the teal. But, I mean.
As I said before we started recording, this is my desk AR.
Yeah.
Got a shotgun.
Desk handgun. You gotta be prepared, you know?
I've got a desk. I've got an office handgun in the closet behind me. I've got my regular handgun out in the living room.
Can never be too prepared.
Yeah. Yeah. You never know when the communists are going to show up.
You're dang right. I never know when a striper's going to come by and I can just fucking huck this thing right at him.
Yeah.
I've got I got a lot of shit on my desk. I got to clean this thing up. It's a shit show. Huh?
I was cleaning out like this chest in my room and I found a bunch of random shit like a turkey call and I found this thing. It's a fucking $50 or a $1 coin, silver dollar that somebody gave me when I was like 10 years old. I've got a star from an American flag that was flown over a home in the U.S.
So I have one of those. It came with my new desk at work. And it was like stuffed away in a drawer. And I was like, this probably shouldn't be down here. Like, we should probably put this up someplace, people. So I put it up.
Yeti stickers.
Ooh, I got like 2 folders full of stickers. I love stickers.
Me too. And then what else do I have? It's mainly stupid business cards.
Oh, there you go.
Pistol, gun lock, a bunch of random shit. Empty brass.
I got some 2-3 if you know anybody that fucking reloads it.
I know somebody that will at some point.
Okay. Hey, we can discuss this later.
All right, folks.
Here we go. Episode 14 in the books.
Peace.